And we have a lot of teachers who feel you gotta get through the curriculum. So how do you convince, how do you be the troublemaker, the weird kid in the school, and weird kid being the teacher who's trying to do this in a high school where we have 27 days of state testing, and we have a curriculum we have to get through, and my building has to do the exact same thing as the building across the district.
And your evaluations are based on test scores.
Exactly. So how do I convince other people, because it's a mindset shift, to make this happen? So I can make this happen in my room, but they have to turn on and off this switch. So how do I get more teachers to do this thing in their classroom and still realize that they can get through the curriculum and have kids pass state testing with all this?
Model.
Yeah, and show them. Has the kids video, I mean, and this is, put this on YouTube, video the kids. Why is learning like this good for you? Bam, 30 seconds, tell them. Go show somebody. This is what my kids said. This is why they're learning. And then you have to kind of back it up a little bit when those assessments come around. You're going to have to make sure that
show that they're growing.
Show that they're growing.
Yeah, what I would say is
start
small.
If you make it meaningful, like you're saying, right? Like the whole point, like they're gonna get those, they're gonna get that content, and it just, I don't know. I think it's a little leap of faith. It's hard to convince people.
Yeah.
Putting together a small content.
There's only 2 teachers in my building that have BYOD, and I'm one of them. And my fiance was the other, and he actually just left to get an ed tech job. But when we did a staff development of PD, the kids are like the proof in your teaching or this practice, because everybody wants to be in Chris Velez's class, or everybody wants to be in Leslie Thompson's class because they can use their phone, and they're doing interactive Google Maps, and they're throwing grenades when we talk about World War I, and they're doing all of this stuff. And so unfortunately, a little bit you might get people that are envious or jealous, but when you put on PD and tell people this is what I'm doing, this is how we're doing it, my staff is starting to concur.
I mean, if I could go back, be selfish. Listen, this is what I'm doing. If you want to come with me, you hop on, I will do it with you, we'll work together. If you don't want to, that's fine. I'm not going to tell you how to teach your class, but this is what I'm doing.
And I'll warn you though, people are going to resent it.
Oh,
yeah,
if you do it, they're going to resent it.
They're going to resent
it. Haters
they're
out
going
there.
to think you're a jerk. They're going to think, oh, you want to press ahead, you love technology, whatever.
You're that guy.
And again, this
isn't that girl.
This is not a technology session. You could throw all tech out and just do what we did up here with the health, with the dancing. Microphone. I mean, you can do stuff just by being active, by moving, by doing anything but boring the kids. You don't want to be talked to for 45 minutes. Your kids sure as hell don't want to be talked to for 45 minutes. Even if it's something as simple as get up and switch your seat. Hold on, I can sit near anyone I want? Absolutely, until you start distracting me from teaching. Then as soon as that happens, you lose that privilege. And I mean, there's a billion ways we could sit here and brainstorm, but just try to get into the mindset. We don't want to bore our kids. We don't want to bore our parents or faculty.
I will tell you though, I am that teacher that now everyone ate in my room for lunch, and without even telling me, they just stopped. So, like, I'm living that, but you know what? I don't have that negativity now. I'm a much happier teacher.
And I have the same thing. Like I'll walk in sometimes, and the conversation kind of stops. I'm like, okay, that's the way it is. But my kids love my class. My parents love my class, and basically the problem is that they hate everybody else after they leave my class. But the thing is that you don't have to pick everybody. It doesn't have to be all the teachers to get started. If you have 2 or 3 people that you're close with that you think would bite, try to get them to bite. Start with that small group, and once you get that little group of people going, you can build from there. You can't just be like, all right, everybody in here, we're gonna go do this. That doesn't work. You have to build, and you can't do it. I'm doing this, so you should all do it too, because that doesn't work either. You have to find the other people in your building who are leaders or who are motivated to step outside their comfort zone and really say, all right, I'm gonna teach kids in a way that engages them, and this is how I'm gonna go about it. And what are your ideas? How are you gonna go about it? And you guys build together as a group, as opposed to saying, and I mean, I know it's even more difficult in high school, and it's more difficult sometimes to get those engagement things, but like a friend of mine on Twitter, Erin Stevenson, if you guys don't follow her, is at Mrs. Stevenson SS, and she's awesome with her social studies kids in high school. She has them up, moving around, doing projects. They don't sit down very often. And on her tests, or quizzes and stuff, at the end, she has them draw an emoji that describes how this person would feel during this situation. Things like that, and the answers she gets are incredible.
Switch it up.
Yeah,
we do debates. I wear a mop. You know the mop with the white thing? That's my wig. And I wear a bathrobe, literally a bathrobe, and I'm the judge. And we do a debate in class. You can do a debate on anything want. You know, any subject is debatable, right? It depends.
Don't be afraid to be Tom Cruise. Like, who's coming with me?
Yeah,
and only one person walks out the door. It's all right.
And to be
I got
honest,
one.
you don't even have to change the rest of the world. Start with your classroom, and if you can get other people, do it. If not, we're here for children. That's why we started teaching. We don't make a ton of money. We have health care we have to pay into now, at least in my school. But we started because we wanted to change students. We wanted to work with kids. I never lost that. I don't ever want to lose that feeling. So if you have, I apologize that teaching has done that to you, and I know if you've been in the profession 25 years, that happened. That's why my parents retired from teaching, because it got away from the kids in their lifetime. But get back to the kids, please, please.
And use music. This all started with us doing a thing on music, and it turned into this. So.